Howdy, Patreon. Welcome back to the Help Review, wherein I review the Help, i.e., our nation's politicians who ostensibly work for us this week. It's Colorado Representative Lauren Boebert, or as I like to call her, Weird Science for Proud Boys. I really hope y'all got that reference. You know, Weird Science, the 80s sex comedy where two nerds magically animate the object of their desires. Well, she's like that, only instead of being for nerds, it's for mall ninjas and snake shirts. Am I making sense here? She seems made up is what I'm saying. Like she was created in a lab to appeal to the dumbest dude from everybody's high school shop class. You know what I mean? Like, listen to this sentence from her Wikipedia. Most of y'all probably know about this already, but still, please just listen to this. Boebert owns Shooter's Grill, a restaurant in Rifle, Colorado, where staff members are encouraged to openly carry firearms. I mean, I say it every week at this point, but I swear these people are sentient Mad Libs, man. She owns a bar named Shooters in a town called Rifle where everybody's packing heat. That would be like if AOC ran an orphanage called Others where all the kids are trans, except for one of those is a hypothetical exercise in humanitarianism, and the other one is a real life place where chicken tenders come with a side of red hot lead. What the fuck is up with this country? Anyway, once again, as always, I am getting ahead of myself. Lauren Boebert was born in Altamonte Springs, Florida on December 15th, 1986. So how many of y'all just silently kind of nodded your head and went like, holy shit, that makes so much sense when I said that she was born in Florida, right? Because I know that's what I did. But when she was 12, her and her family moved first to the Montbello neighborhood of Denver, later to Aurora, and then finally settling in Rifle, Colorado in 2003. I like how the names of those towns just get more and more white people sounding till you just end up at fucking Rifle. Like, where's she gonna go next? Oppression, Utah or something? Anyway, so y'all know how in a lot of the other videos in this series, I get to a point around right here where I just kind of have to admit, like, listen, y'all, I gotta say, Lindsey Graham's background is kind of impressive, or at least very white privilegey. Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley, like they, Ivy League shit. They did a lot of stuff. I can't lie, there's usually something like that in one of these videos because we're talking about U.S. Congress people. Yeah, well, that is not the case for Lauren Boebert. Frankly, her background hits a lot closer to home for your boy. She grew up on welfare and food stamps, dropped out of high school after getting knocked up, was an assistant manager at McDonald's, got arrested for making a disturbance at a music festival, and later got arrested again for running her car into a ditch in the middle of the night. God damn. Is this a U.S. Congresswoman we're talking about here, or my cousin Michaela? What the fuck, man? I mean, I can't even lie. That's some serious white trash bona fides in that background, dude. Like, you just know her mama's half Cherokee. You know what I'm saying? With a background like that. And I didn't even cover the fact that her baby daddy and now husband got kicked out of a bowling alley for pulling his dick out. It don't get no more whiskey tango than that, man. Fuck. Which, in sincerity, is one of the reasons she pisses me off so much. Like, I've talked a lot in the past about how I very much support food stamps and welfare and programs like that because I grew up on those programs as a kid and as such credit them with the person I am today. So what kind of hypocritical, monstrous piece of shit would I be to oppose them now? Well, a Lauren Boebert style piece of shit. That's what I mean. Seriously, look at the Carrie Strug levels of mental gymnastics going on in this tweet right here. I'm sure you've probably seen it before, but look at it again. This is from September 2020. Lauren Boebert tweeted, this is all the same tweet, by the way, as you can see. I'm living the American dream. I came up from welfare, standing in line, waiting for government cheese, to now running for Congress. Same tweet. Let's keep radical socialists out of government so that people can be empowered to lift themselves out of poverty rather than wait on the government. Are you shitting me right now? I don't know how it's possible to be that tone deaf. It's like, yeah, all those things that allowed me to live and breathe air and just, continue having a life on the planet Earth. We don't need none of that shit. People need to know that they can lift themselves out of poverty in very much the way that I didn't. Everybody else can. I didn't do that, but I expect everybody else to do that. I've never understood this mentality because to me, in my head, I think about it. It's like, dude, I don't know. I don't know what I would be or where I would be or if I would even literally be alive if it wasn't for food stamps. I don't know what would have happened, and I don't want to know, right? And I just think about that, and I don't know how you could be in favor of getting rid of programs like that, because it's going to have some very serious ramifications. Like, I mean, yeah, on the one hand, we wouldn't have any more little Lauren Boeberts running around, right? But you wouldn't have any more Trey Crowders either. You gotta weigh that balance. But it's just one of those things where it's like, she got her, it worked out fine for her. So she conveniently forgets every other aspect of it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, just do what I did. It's like that just do what I did thing that like rich people do, where it's like, just do what I did. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, get a loan for $1 million from your parents and get out there and be somebody. That's sort of what she's doing right here, except her version of it is like, look, just do what I did. Okay. Just marry a sex offender with oil money and you'll be fine. Just do that. Well, not everybody can just do that. God damn it. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like that Craig T. Nelson. He had a quote. It's like, I was on food stamps. Nobody ever gave me a handout. These people, their brains they can't. I don't know. There's something inherently different about Mexicans being on food stamps or Black people being on food stamps in their minds. You know what I mean? It's like, well, we needed ours. When I was a kid, we needed ours. That's what she thinks. And then, but now nobody needs them anywhere. Sorry, I got distracted. That's one of the things I hate most in the world is that mentality, because it is kind of personal for me. Anyway, so, all right. So how did this trash monster find her way to Congress? Well, she first made headlines in 2019 by being a huge bitch to Beto O'Rourke at a town hall meeting. And then again in 2020 by refusing to close her stupid Bullets and Beers restaurant in the middle of a global pandemic. Ain't that America? Something to see, baby. Ain't that America? These events raised her profile a little bit. And I guess this is as good a time as any to address the elephant in the room. Lauren Boebert is, objectively speaking, not an unattractive woman. You see how hard that was for me to say? It's like complimenting Hitler's fashion sense or some shit, but it is true. And it is 100% a huge part of the reason for her meteoric rise. If you can illustrate that you both agree with the mouth breathing mayonnaise brigade and also have a face they'd like to shove into a flag pillow, they will follow you anywhere. Okay. So in late 2019, she announced her candidacy for Congress and basically ran on being the anti-AOC. So pretty much just, yes, I am a younger woman, but I also am a stupid racist, which worked like a charm. In this red district in Colorado, she upset the incumbent in the primary and ultimately won the general in the traditionally red district. And so here we are. As far as her record goes, she's not yet been in office 2 years and so far has mostly occupied her time talking shit and screaming about having a gun in her purse. I say again, this sounds like my pillbilly cousin. What the fuck? She has a long history of being real buddy-buddy with the Proud Boy militia types of the world, as well as supporting various conspiracy theories, QAnon and whatnot. But probably the most noteworthy thing she's done so far in office was try to get Nancy Pelosi murdered by troglodytes. Seriously, during the Capitol riots on January 6th, she was tweeting inside information and pinpointing the location of other members of Congress, including the fact that Pelosi had left the chamber, which, like, I'm joking around and stuff, but obviously that's super fucked up. Like, if somebody I worked with knew that a bunch of basement trolls wanted to beat me to death for liking Mexicans and stuff like that, and then that coworker broadcasted my location to said trolls, I'd have a bit of trouble sitting across the conference room from them after that. That's all I'm saying. That's some pretty wild shit. But really, though, other than that, she really hasn't done very much so far. In fact, she seems to be one of this new breed of American politician that I feel like we have, who seems more interested in being an influencer than a lawmaker. Do you know what I mean? Like, the whole end game is just followers and retweets and book deals and speaking engagements and jobs on Fox News, sitting at a round table on Fox News with a bunch of other people that look just like her, except with various shades of hair color and stuff like that. Like, that's what she's going for. And the whole like governing of the country is very ancillary to her goals. So she doesn't really seem to have a whole lot of like, desire to do shit. Like, she loves to just make videos for herself where she like struts around with a gun on her hip and bitches at cardboard cutouts of Democrats and stuff like that. That's mostly what she does. And I'm getting more and more sad the longer this video goes on. What even is this timeline we live in? But yeah, but I think for that reason, and also how profoundly airheaded I believe her to be, I don't think that, God, I just don't want to eat my words with this. Like I said, I think she'll be on Fox News in a few years. I don't think she's going to be some big power broker, but I don't think she's going away either. I think she's mostly just going to run her mouth for the rest of her time in the public, which, far be it from me getting after somebody for running their mouth. But I run my mouth good. She run her mouth dumb. I think we can all agree on that. So I guess what I'm trying, I'm hesitant to say this because it's just, you just never know in the timeline we live in. But I don't think that she is a serious threat in terms of the coming apocalypse and whatnot. Because I just think she's more concerned with smiling by a smoking gun barrel than she is with doing things that would end the world. So I'm gonna give her 1.5 mushroom clouds out of 4. And I just want to take this moment to reiterate, that's just reflective of how dangerous I think they are to the future of society. She sucks, and I really can't stand her. But yeah, 1.5 out of 4, and that'll do it for this edition of the Help Review. I love y'all like chicken, and I will see you next time.